So I've had a lot of people asking me lately, can you start showing me how to cook? And it's because I make very delicious meals. I've heard from a lot of people, they say, your meals are the best. They go, oh, Justin, your meals are so good. You should put this on YouTube. They say, your meals are the best. I've had others, but they're the best. That's what people say. So I've decided to start cooking on the channel today. So I know I've done a little tease of that here and there. I've made some things here and there, but we're moving forward in earnest. So I've pulled out some old cookbooks that my father gave me, and I found some recipes. And what I've done is I have taken them and I've made them a little more me. With these recipes, I think you're going to find that I, as a wonderful man, know how to make wonderful meals. And you will be wonderful as well once you start making these things. Because you're going to say to yourself, you're going to say, self,
I'm glad I listened to Justin. I'm glad I made these meals.
but enough about putting myself over. How about we start putting you over in the kitchen? So today's meal is a bit of a change. Originally, it was going to be a crock pot meal, but that got changed to a pressure cooker meal because of time. So I altered it a little bit. To start, we are going to start off with our chicken. You're going to want, in pretty much every meal you make, you're going to want your protein, you're going to want either a starch or a carb, you're going to want a vegetable. And this has all three packed in one. It's delicious. It's something you're going to make over and over. And trust me when I say this, it will get you, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a joke.
Really funny. Really funny.
First thing we have to do is we have to take this chicken, which is kind of fat, or thick, you know? Look at that. So we have to trim that guy down. So how do we do that? We can either do it one of two ways. We could put it in a bag, flatten it out, bing, bang, boom. Or cut it in half. All right, that's what we're gonna attempt today. Take the chicken, we're gonna cut her in half. Got my cooking knife. When I was in Thailand training in knife fighting. So, what we want to do is we want to be very careful here, okay? We're going to take the knife. We're going to splice it down the middle. We don't want to cut our hand off, okay? Cutting down from there, probably pretty bad. Blood everywhere. You only have one hand. You want to be careful with that. So don't play with these and make sure they're very sharp. Because your knives aren't sharp. Food doesn't have a sharp cut. Slips, cuts you, blood everywhere. Nobody likes blood in their food. Unless, of course, you're a vampire or you're into that sort of thing. So here we go. Slice right through the middle. You'll see why we're doing this. You'll see. And when you cook in a crock pot, let's just get rid of this little nudge right here. All right. This little guy, little blood spot, I'm gonna get rid of that one. When you cook in the crock pot, you cook chicken, a breast this size, probably gonna be about 7 minutes. Today, since we're doing noodles, we want it all to come out about the same time. Noodles are about 4 minutes in the pressure cooker. Did I say crock pot? I meant pressure cooker. So you're gonna want 4 minutes. So we have to get this in a state to where it's going to be able to cook through in about 4 minutes. So what we're gonna do is we're going to blacken it, take it out, slice it down into smaller slices. That way when it goes back in, it's smaller, cooks easier, bing, bang, boom. Super simple, okay? So in order to blacken it, we have to put a little bit of a coat on it. This is easy. It's chili ancho. Chili ancho and adobo. If you don't have adobo in your house, are you even cooking? Rub that on through. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the side, wash our hands, and then I'm gonna break out the pressure cooker and teach you a little something. So it's come to my attention that the camera wasn't set up properly. So me cutting the chicken, I was down here, you're not gonna see that. So just pretend I cut a chicken in half and then put a coat on it with this. Here's the great thing about the pressure cooker, is we have a function on here that we're gonna utilize in this. It's called saute. What we do is we just put this guy on saute, a little bit of a start, starts to warm up. I don't want to put an oil in there. Now you can use olive, can't use vegetable, don't use vegetable. It's basically engine oil. You know, you don't want to be cooking with it. Baking, I guess, you know, you have to, but don't be using olive or vegetable oil. I use avocado because less of a flavoring to it. But you can use whatever oil you want. Let me check the angle of the pen real fast. So you just want to put a little bit of that oil in there, right? A little oil. This step, we're going to cook the pancetta. And then we're going to take it out. And we're going to cook the chicken. All right? Trust me. You're wondering, why are you doing both? One, because you want that flavoring of the pancetta on the bottom. Okay? You trust me, you do. Second, the oil or the fat is going to be good to help cook the chicken. So, trust me, you're going to like this. Now, here it goes. Okay, that was a little too soon. Because you want to hear that. That's what you want to hear. So you cook it up. Let's move it around so it all cooks nice and even. I'm gonna cook it up now. Pancetta it's a ham, it's like bacon. It's Italian bacon, and it's good. You know, when it gets all cooked up, we'll move over to the chicken. Bing bang boom. All right, so our pancetta is done. What we're gonna want to do is take that out, put the chicken in, and all we want to do is blacken the outside. If we cook it all the way through, it's no real big deal. But we're not. That's not our goal here, right? Our goal is to just blacken the outside, get it done real quick. So a couple. Real quick on each side, bing bang boom, and then away we go. So let's grab the pancetta here. You want pancetta to be nice and a little bit crispy, like bacon. And I'll explain why later. Actually, I could just explain it now. It's going to go on top as a nice little crunch. Originally, this recipe called for French fried onions, and to that I say gross. Because I don't live in the 1970s. I know how to make a crunch with better tasting things. So what I'm doing is I am going against the boomer logic, and I am going to make my crunch come from pancetta because I can. All right, how's that sound? Everyone like that? Good, because that's what we're gonna do. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, Justin, I'm a boomer. I don't like French fried onions. Yes, you do. If you're a boomer, you love that. Now this goes right in here. Bing. All right? Let him cook up a little bit, get nice and blackened on the one side. And what we're going to find here is that the blackened chicken's going to add a little extra flavor. And there's a reason we're doing it in the pot. There's a reason why this is going to be much more flavorful than the crock pot version. Because there's going to be a couple processes that we're doing. Pre-cooking the chicken, that's going to add a lot, right? When you cook chicken in a crock pot, did I say crock pot? You're going to want to stretch your time out, otherwise it comes out kind of rubbery. But with this, pre-cooking, little seasoning, little yum yum. Make sure it's on there for a little bit because we want that to brown. We want it to brown to blacken on the back side. And we flip, do the other one, flip. Then I'm going to show you a little trick to get all this out of there, right? There's a little thing on the bottom, it's called fond. Think of it as flavor. Flavor that you made for you and your loved ones, and you're going to mix it into your meal. Trust me, they're going to thank you. They're going to, if it's not there, they're going to go, Papa, where's my font? Or if you have a lovely lady or fella over, you're going to say, hey, where's my font? So now we're going to just cut up the chicken just like that, you know, little strips, maybe even in cubes if you want. Yeah, I could have let this sit on a little longer. Don't worry. Yeah, it's pink. Who cares? It's gonna cook just fine, okay? I know it, you know it, we all know it, okay? Believe me, because I've been doing this longer than you. You're here looking at my videos for instructions on how to live your life. That's what I'm teaching you, okay? So pay attention. Okay, so we're gonna move this out of the way and we are going to call in a special guest. That special guest is Jackson America. Jackson, come on out here. Come on out here, bring that stool. Bring all that stool. What are you trying to do, Jackson? Uno huevos, right? All right, let's crack it open. All right, now. Let's put it in here first, because why do we want to do that? Because you want any of the shells to fall in here, not in there. Let's crack that open. Let's see. Oh, you just got egg all over your face. All right, throw that in the sink. Throw it in the sink. There you go. Now don't, oh, look at that. See, what is that?
A shell.
That right there. See that? That right there. That is why we do it. That is why we do it. Keep you safe. Don't put on in there. Don't put on in there, boy. Now you give it a little bit of a tussle. Oh, I'll take hugs from Jackson any day. I give a little bit of a mixing in there. A little bit of mixing. All right, mix it on up there. Oh, all right. Look at that. Is that some cheesy, eggy goodness? Is that what we're doing there? All right. All right. It's looking pretty good. I may say so myself. Keep your head back. Keep your head back. No, look down at the food. Just keep your head out of the angle. Otherwise, they'll be like, what is Jackson doing? Where's that handsome face of his? All right. You good? Thank you, sir. Now what we're going to do is we're going to deglaze, unfond the bottom of the crock pot. And we're going to start putting everything in there. You can use water, agua, water, depending on which area you're from. But I like adding a little bit of a flavor in mine, right? So I'm going to use chicken broth. Okay, now this might be a little loud. Bam, a little bit of that in there, you start scraping. All right, just start working that out. Scraping off the bottom part. All that fondness at the bottom. I think that's why they call it fond, because you feel fondness towards it. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. You know what? Instead, tell me in the comments. All right? Like, share, subscribe. I just burnt myself. This is going to be a delicious part of it. Now, with crock pot, did I say crock pot? The thing about the pressure cooker is it needs liquid. Because what's going to happen is the noodle, which is a dry good, right? This thing, it's dry. So what's going to happen is you're going to need the liquid to open it up, to moisten it up, to make it nice and noodly. Now it's time for all the Italian grandmamas out there to go, oh, mamma mia, what is it here doing? It's no good. I know. But trust me, for this, you have to. You can't just, it's not going to work, okay? So you have to. You have to say, Grandmama, I have to. Because if I don't, it's just not going to work. So you want to kind of spin them in there. Because if you don't spin them, they'll clump. So you don't want clumpy mess in there. That should be good. It's about half, right? About a half a pack of fat, right? Somebody likes some fat. Get that back in there. Get a little bit of this, right? A little bit of that, just to give it a little bit, right? We're gonna see how this all turns out. Okay. So then, take our soap cream, plop that on down in there. I'm gonna take our garlic, get that on in there. I'm gonna take our vegetable, which is a spinach. Then we're gonna take our first cheese, which is spicy mozzarella. No, pepper jack. Get that on in there. Look at how this is coming out. Right? Look at how this is coming out. All right, that's our cream, all right. And then we want to take our cheese and egg mixture, get that all in there. Away we go. This will melt, it'll become delicious. Oh, can't eat uncooked chicken. Gotta put the chicken in there. Like I said, it's not fully cooked, that don't matter. You're gonna finish it up later. It's gonna get finished in here. Everyone is going to enjoy it, and the villagers will rejoice. Found my lid. I'm gonna put it on. Lock it on up, make sure it's airtight, not on exhausting. Now, you can use different settings, right? Let me grab this. Look, see, we can do different settings. We can do egg, do cake, right? We can do rice, but I just use this one, all right? I use meat and stew for pretty much everything. Hit that, adjust it to more, and then we're gonna drop the time down, okay? Time is gonna be dropped down to about 4 minutes. Once we get down to 4, should be good to go. There it is, we're in frame. And now this is going to start up. It's gonna get going. What's gonna happen is it's gonna cook. It's gonna wetten up your noodles. And it's going to cook up the chicken. Pressure, heat, all works together, okay? When this is done, I will be back because what has to happen is it has to sit, it has to build pressure, then the timer cooks, then you have to do the release. You can either do a quick release or a long release, or a natural release. I'm going to do a natural release on this one, only because I want that chicken sitting for a little extra time. So, see you in a bit. All right, so we're all done. It's ran its course. It's done the natural venting, cooked for 4 minutes. Let's take the lid off, see how it looks, see where we're at, and we'll go from there. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Now what we're gonna have to do is just give it a little bit of a mix here. This is gonna mix it all through, right? I could feel at the bottom that some of it has already like stuck to the bottom, which, okay. Some of that pasta can stick to the bottom. So then we just mix this on up. Get all that flavoring in there, right? Then what we're gonna do, gonna plate it and try it. All right, so once you get it all on your fancy plate, what you're gonna wanna do is add a little extra cheese, because who doesn't love a little extra cheese? So use some freshly shredded Parm. Top it off with our pancetta that we've been saving. Get some of them sprinkles in there. Now, if you wanted to throw in a little bit of green, like some parsley or something, just to give it a little bit of extra flavor, you can go ahead. I'm going to forgo that. I'm going to give it a little bit of a try. Let's see here. A little bit of that. Grab one of them pieces of chicken and then if you told me that was made in about a half an hour, no way. Look, I told you in the beginning. I know what I'm doing. Okay? I do things a little differently, but you learn, and then you get better. So, you want to keep learning and getting better? Like, share, subscribe. Send it to your Aunt Connie, your Uncle Dale, and this has been Justin America, something, something. I'll come up with a name at another time. Have a good one.